All right. Hi there. What's going on with you people? It's me, Red Lightning Bow in 97. At it again right here. And I'm going to talk about a TNA again, you could say, and all that. Because I would say, um, I gotta say, this TNA final resolution. Yep, that's the deal right now that we have right there as of release. I thought this one, I gotta say, pretty good. I like this one because there didn't seem to be any BS involved or anything, or no issues with, Tessa Blanchard and stuff. Tessa Blanchard, not Tessa Blanchard and stuff. I've been getting that wrong the whole time, and I'm glad that someone corrected me on that. But anyway, yeah, I would say this was a fantastic show. I mean, for some parts, I think some matches were rather refreshing in its simplicity. That's what you could call it right there and stuff and all that. So yep. Anyway, let's get it over with and stuff because this show I would say really didn't disappoint at all. Not really a disappointment at all. I mean, it really deserved the crowd to get noisy and all that stuff in a good way and all that. So how this started off was with Leon Slater and JDC and stuff right there. And I was like wondering why JD was just like rubbing his own chest and stuff right there before taking off his jacket and stuff right there. I mean, what is this dude doing? And then yep, he shows his gear and stuff and all that. But other than that, you get JDC, thrusting his loins at Slater off a shoulder block, and Slater just returns the favor with Tijeras and JDC spilling to the outside and receiving and over the post tope con hilo and stuff. You could call that right there. Yep, that's what happened. Before Slater goes up top again, but JDC pulls him hard to the canvas by the arm before you get running uppercuts. And this and aside, this page is not responding to my butt, man. I don't care. Sometimes we gotta fight the console, man. Just fight the console and stuff right there. Even if it says there's not enough free storage memory in a damn console. But other than that, you got running uppercuts and a side Russian leg sweep and stuff. And a cover for a 2 count stuff as Curtis catches Slater off the buckles and stuff and hits a Falcon Arrow for a 2 count. Yep, that's what he did right there before getting the leaping leg lariat from Slater, where we have both men going on the canvas and stuff, and you also have drop kick by Slater as well. Kip up in top rope crossbody as well, happening for a 2 count stuff before JDC sweeps legs, follows up with a tornado DDT and getting a 2 count right there and stuff right there. Yeah, but I think a good number of like 2 counts right there and stuff right there, because I mean, usually like at the start of the match, usually people have the stamina and strength remaining to avoid that 3 count stuff with there. Other than turning into a freaking downright ridiculous swash match and stuff, and we do not want that right there and stuff right there and all that. Yeah, even if our TVs tend to act up sometimes, I'm telling you that and all that stuff. But in the way, yeah, drop kick by Slater, kip up in a and a rope crossbody for a 2 count stuff where we have JDC sweeping the legs, following up with a tornado DDT to get a 2 count right there and stuff right there and all that. Before we have an Enziguri, sending JDC crashing from the top rope to the floor, you could say. All that over the post somersault plancha from Slater happening as well. And then going back in the ring, the Swanton 450 misses right there as a result before JDC rolls him up and gets the feet on the ropes for a cheap 1, 2, 3 right there, the pinfall right there and all that stuff. I would say this what I gotta say about this show. Pretty, has a little old fashioned to it. It feels a little bit old fashioned. Like, how do I say it? Rather refreshing in its simplicity and stuff right there and all that. I would say because right there, no BS or anything. It's just like it feels this match felt pretty well rounded. It just felt pretty well rounded to me and all that stuff right there. Right there, I'm telling you. So anyway, I'm showing you. So another thing that happened with that show right there and stuff I could give out if this TV stops acting up, because that's the thing when using consoles for web page results. We just gotta fight it, We just gotta fight it. I'm telling you, that's the thing right there that goes on with the consoles right there because they're not the strongest source like a computer is. But in the way, we have JDC as the winner of that match right there and stuff before we have, Gia Miller revealing Hammerstone's injury and stuff right there, where Hammerstone has apparently, received an injury and is unable to compete at that night before Jake Something is also there to talk about a replacement and stuff. Before, Jake Something says that he does look like he needs help and stuff right there, asking that stuff and all that, as he can do anything is on his own, and that's where he thrives and stuff is, a quote, here's an answer and it's a statement. What's my name? That's what he says right there and all that right there. And so that's what he's been saying right there. So anyway, right there, the other match was Jonathan Gresham and Frankie Kazarian and stuff right there. I mean, this one felt pretty well rounded. I mean, I don't know, this entire show, it felt pretty well rounded. No BS or anything and all that stuff. Like, how do I say it? Like, no weaknesses or here and there and all that. I mean, I don't know, it just felt pretty balanced in my opinion. It just had some sense of balance from the way I saw it and stuff. But either way, you could say how this match started off with Frankie Kazarian and Jonathan Gresham was, Kazarian wanting to remind everyone that he is the king of TNA, and he cheap shots Gresham early on right there in the match right there and all that stuff right there, I'm telling you. Before we get, Gresham vaguely getting an octopus hole in the ropes and stuff, although it looks kind of weird a little bit and stuff, before we also get a crossbody from Gresham connecting and getting a 2 count right there. Before, we also get a leg drop across the back of the neck by Kaz and stuff, followed by a lariat, before we also have a vertical suplex by Kazarian, as he wants the referee to raise his hand in victory already with a back suplex and a pin attempt, but Gresham bridges out and stuff, as we also get a roll-up, getting a 2 count. Yep, that's another thing right there, before you have Gresham avoiding another suplex, trying to get a bridging pin, but Kazarian, just locks in a chicken wing before Gresham just works out of it and stuff. I mean, I'm most likely going to give this a 9 out of 10. Most likely and stuff right there and all that as I go through this. And all that. And also, I really didn't like how TNA just kept cutting off the videos of, AJ, just AJ Francis, landing a freaking choke slam, and the video just gets cut off right there in TNA's YouTube channel. I don't get why that happens, man. I did not appreciate that at all, man. I wanted to see more of that match right there, and they didn't show it right there. I couldn't really tell who exactly won or not. Like AJ Francis or Nick Nemeth and stuff right there and all that. So anyway, you get Gresham working out of it in this match right here as the octopus hold applied right there before Gresham. You could say adds insult to injury, hammering fist down on the neck and shoulder before Kazarian eventually rolls through into the ropes to break and stuff. As we also get a slingshot cutter from Kazarian, which leads to a 2 count stuff right there, with Kazarian looking for another chicken wing, but Gresham, just prevents it, My screen's too blue. Let me turn my light back on. But anyway, yeah, you get, Kazarian rolling through and getting the feet on the ropes and stuff with a 2 count right there and stuff, and you get a thumb to the eye and a chicken wing locked in right there where Gresham has to tap right there and stuff and all that. So, yep, I think that's what leads to, Frankie Kazarian winning that match right there and all that stuff right there, which leads up to, the TNA X Division Championship Moose versus Kushida and stuff and all that. I mean, I wish I could have had enough time to rewatch this a bunch of times, to give out more commentary. But the thing is, things get busy every now and then. But anyway, that doesn't matter. So anyway, our TNA X Division Championship Moose versus Kushida. Kushida, who goes for the legs as the bell rings, but Moose gets him in the corner and lays in the chops and stuff right here and all that. I thought this one was pretty balanced too and all that. Pretty well rounded because I mean, plenty of one-on-ones you could say and all that stuff right there. But other than that, you get Moose missing a shoulder charge, and Kushida just immediately starts targeting that arm before, Moose gets sent to the floor, but catches Kushida on a Hurricane Rana attempt and tosses him head and shoulder first into the steel steps, which leads to an apron powerbomb right there, which you could say Moose just wasn't playing around it that night right there. He just was not having it and stuff right there. As ref is about to count Kushida out, getting to a 9 count, but Moose just stops him right there as he wants to inflict more punishment right there. I mean, he could have won that right there and stuff and all that, to be honest, stuff right there, but he just decided to stop that count right there just to keep the match going. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I mean, it's good to keep the match going. That adds more to it, man. That's good because, longer matches are better than shorter matches, of course, But other than that, you get Moose taking a run up around the ring and stuff, but Kushida evades at the last moment. Moose just goes, crashing into the steel steps before Kushida stands on the steps and stuff to say before they drive the left arm into them with the, single arm divorce court, you could call that stuff right there. Because, that's what happened when Kushida stand on the steps and drives the left arm into them right there and all that stuff. While going back in the ring, a spin kick to the arm connects and stuff and all that. You could say going to hell from Moose and stuff right there with the 2 count right there as Moose tries for a power bomb, but the arm is just preventing him from lifting Kushida and stuff before a handspring kick to the arm happens as well. And we also had a palm strike in the corner, but Moose just catches him with the Uranage and stuff right there. Yeah, that's what it's called, the Uranage. I hope I'm saying that right. So anyway, yep, that's a 2 count right there. Is you can just get Moose talking trash and slapping Kushida in the face and stuff, but Kushida just gets right back up, and that's where you have the overhand wrist lock into the hoverboard lock and stuff, but Moose just works out of his stuff, leading to a flatliner into the middle buckle, a tornado DDT, and the Back to the Future move, which is, leads to another 2 count and stuff right there. I just like how there's a bunch of 2 counts and stuff and all that. I mean, it's a really good thing that Moose decided to stop the 9 count and stuff before it turns to 10. I'm really glad he did that because, that just made the match even longer, you could say, and all that. But other than that, you get Kushida continuing to kick the arm while Moose tries to rally with just the one good arm, and Tanaka punch from Kushida happening as well, where we also have a headbutt by Moose, but where Moose just runs up the ropes, dives off, but Kushida just catches him with the hoverboard lock and stuff, with all that stuff happening in the center of the ring before Moose is close to tapping and stuff. But it makes good. Yeah, that's where they make it to the ropes and stuff with Moose charging, and Kushida just goes with the roll up for a 2 count and stuff right there. And Zagiri is what happened next right there. And you also get the handspring, but Moose catches him with the drop kick right there and stuff in there. And you also get the spear happening in that match as well, stuff, which leads to a 3 count and stuff and all that right there. I mean, real fantastic, man. I mean, honestly, I did not know who to go for. You could say, I mean, whether Kushida or Moose, I mean, both are fine and stuff right here. I mean, I wasn't really going for any wrestler on this one. I wasn't against any either and stuff, I would say. I mean, I'm really glad that Moose won and stuff here. I mean, I had a hard time deciding who to go for in this match right here and all that and stuff and all that, because, I mean, I was also busy watching, AEW's Collision and stuff right here. I mean, because I was in the middle of watching that while I also had to watch the shows and matches of TNA's Final Resolution. Yep, and that's the thing right there. I'm telling you and all that. So anyway, because yeah, that's why I wish I had enough time to rewatch this show and stuff and all that. To be more prepared and stuff. But anyway, you have Moose winning that match. We also have Gia Miller interviewing the First Class with Gia Miller talking with the First Class, Casey Navarro and AJ Francis, before Casey says people don't believe in AJ Francis and stuff right there. I mean, to be honest, man, AJ Francis needs to pick up his wins because it feels like he's been losing pretty often lately. That's what it feels like to me, to be honest. But I think they are all about the money and stuff right there. But later on, they'll be all about the gold and stuff before AJ says that he's worked with his entire career for the moment, where he's going to become world champion tonight and slam Nemeth through the TNA logo in the ring. As he's so-called the biggest and baddest man walking and talking and stuff, as the world is his and everything and all that, which they described as and stuff right there. As we also, we have the Rascals versus PCO and Sami Callihan versus Jake something right here. This match, I like this one right here and stuff. This was pretty decent and stuff right here. The Rascals, PCO, and Sami Callihan versus Jake something right there and all that. Just 4 wrestlers fighting it out and stuff. I thought this was pretty decent, man. I like this match right there. So it just felt pretty decent. I mean, they've lately been teaming up Sami Callihan with the PCO lately and all that. So how to put this off? As we learned earlier, we get Hammerstone being injured in the process. So, Jake something has opted to go it alone in this one as Callihan and Wentz begin this one, with Callihan firing off a misdirection lariat to take down Wentz and stuff is something. Jake something tags himself in and stuff, and Wentz just goes to hit a flurry of strikes and Tejera's takedown and stuff, but something, just swipes away the drop kick attempt right there in the process before Miguel goes in, with something, avoiding the double team at first, but the Rascals work together to take him down and stuff right there with PCO tagging in as Rascals kick him down to his knees, but he's up again, levels him with a double clothesline. Before, you could say, Callihan, he flapjacks Miguel into the top rope and stuff and hits an air raid crash for a 2 count stuff right there. I gotta say, this match had to be my most favorite one of all. stuff, even though I didn't get to see all of it because, TNA has a habit of just only showing a little bit of their matches here and there. Even though they show several full matches, you could say, and all that, but still good, no, nonetheless, right there. And also, it seems to be they seem to be working things out with Tessa Blanchard and stuff. They seem to be working out things with her because she made up and apologized for what she did in the past. But I'm not going to go over the details of that. I mean, I hope I don't have to. But anyway, okay, how to put this off? We get Miguel getting an assisted crucifix bomb for 2 count stuff and a super kick happening as well, and a dive from Miguel before Callahan is the only one up now and stuff with Callahan tossing Wentz to the outside and is thinking of diving himself before he directs PCO to the top rope right there as PCO climbs up, doing the PCO assault to the floor right there and all that right there. And we also get a stunner by Callahan on Jake something right there, but that's where Enziguri catches him off guard, where you get the SSP from Wentz happening as well, and Jake something going on with the power bomb, you could say. Before a power bomb to Miguel on the top of Wentz happens too, before a power bomb to Callahan happens as well, and a power bomb to PCO and stuff right there, which left some people wondering. Stuff is, Jake something nails it right there, but yeah, you get PCO sitting right back up and stuff as PCO and Jake go back and forth on strikes, and PCO just gets him in position for a reverse DDT, and Miguel just dives in with Wentz nailing the UFO cutter too and stuff right there. As we also get a spine buster by Miguel happening on Jake something, which leads to an assisted double jump. Man, I thought this one had some really good teamwork, man. This match right here, pretty decent stuff right there. I loved it right there. This had to be my most favorite of it all, because I don't know, just like the way PCO and Sami Callahan team up and stuff right there. I mean, it does look pretty effective in my opinion, right there, even though freaking AJ Francis needs to pick up his wins, to be honest, because that's what I feel. And stuff right there, and all that. So, yep, assisted double jump, 1, 2, 3, allowing the Rascals to win right there and all that stuff. I mean, I honestly thought that PCO and Sami Callahan were going to win this one again, but it turned out to be the Rascals. Still good nevertheless, and all that. Where we have the 23 T's, and all that stuff right there. Sorry, I think I messed up the results, but anyway, yeah, there was also Ace Austin and Trent Seven happening as well. That show went on as too right there. As we have the lights going out post match after the Rascals winning and stuff, which leads to the 23 deal with the lights coming back on, and there's no sign of whoever the 23 may be and stuff. And I even joked about Matt Riddle being the 23, but of course that wasn't him and stuff. I mean, I could imagine like people's reaction if it was him. But anyway, we get PCO and Callahan exiting the ring and heading to the back as Eric Young just appears to speak with Steve Macklin, you could say, giving him a pep talk for a 4-way tonight and stuff as Young sees him as a world champion in the future, and he has his back and stuff before Macklin says that he's got this and stuff and all that. So you have it from there. Ace Austin versus Trent Seven right here. Trent Seven, the same dude that backstabbed Mike Bailey during that match that was almost 30 minutes, you could say, and all that. I'm telling you, right there. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like I said earlier, I thought Mike Bailey was done, but it'll be really interesting. I would like to someday see Mike Bailey get revenge on Trent Seven right there and all that stuff, because I'm telling you. So anyway, to put this off, we get Austin grounding Seven and hitting a low drop kick before both men, spill to the outside before Trent tries to sweep the legs, and Austin just cartwheels to avoid it. After some kicks happening on the outside happen as well before Austin goes to springboard in and stuff, but Seven just nudges the ropes, just crotching Ace and stuff with body slamming into the body slam going into the ropes and stuff, enabling Seven to take control and stuff as Trent, has arm control and delivers repeated chops there and all that. But Austin gets fired up and only walk into a DDT, leading to a Birmingham hander attempt and stuff as Austin avoids it, missing a big boot in the corner, getting planted by Seven before Seven grabs the Chris Bay t-shirt and stuff and wipes his jock, wipes his jock on it before ripping it in half and stuff before spin kick from Austin happens as well, which leads to a series of lariats and stuff, you could say, and all that in the corner and stuff, and Austin just springboards in for another spin kick and gets a 2 count before repeated chops from Austin happens as well right there. I mean, I thought this was really good. I mean, I like this show, man, because like I said, no BS from this show at all. I mean, it just felt pretty well rounded, you could say, and all that, right there, and all that. But other than that, you get body slam into the ropes, enabling Seven to take control as Trent has arm control and delivers repeated chops. But that's where Austin gets fired up, only to walk into a DDT with a Burmese hander attempt, and Austin avoids it, missing a big boot in the corner and getting planted by Seven, you could say, which leads to Seven grabbing Chris Bay's T-shirt and wiping his jock on it before ripping it in half, just like I said earlier. So other than that, you have the Burmese hander on the apron and stuff right there, and a pin attempt, which leads to like a 1-2, I think, and all that. As Austin gets his foot on the ropes with the X-Plex, and Austin kicks out of that 2 count right there. Before chops to the neck from Seven happen as well right there, as Austin blocks a 7-star lariat, a spinning heel kick, bop and bang connecting as a 7-star lariat happens as well, and a pile driver. That's the thing right there, which leads to a 1 count kick out from Ace Austin with the Burmese hander countered into a DDT with the Art of Finesse connecting, as does the spinning neck breaker for the 1-2-3 right there and stuff. And you have Ace Austin defeating a Trent Seven and stuff right there. I mean, yeah, Ace Austin defeated Trent Seven, but it'll be nice to see Mike Bailey defeat Trent Seven after what Trent Seven did to him and stuff. Backstabbing him and stuff. I mean, I hope I got that right, stuff. But other than that, you got Frankie Kazarian doing a backstage promo with Kazarian reflecting on his win earlier, and he says that TNA has been trending this year because of him. Because Aaron, he had to be keeping a close eye on the world title match later, as he wants to, end things on a high note atop the throne of TNA as world champion stuff right there. So yeah, other than that, you have Jordan Grace versus Rosemary and stuff right here. I mean, yeah, I think Jordan Grace. I mean, if I check correctly, yeah, Jordan Grace managed to win this one right here, and suddenly, like, another woman that appeared out of nowhere, all covered in black, started attacking her and stuff, and revealed herself as Tessa Blanchard right there and all that stuff. I thought that was a good little reveal, even though there was really good prediction that, of course, that it was her, because I mean, who else would it be covered in black? That's the thing right there. I'm telling you. So anyway, to put that off, we get Jordan Grace versus Rosemary, as Rosemary charges in, but Grace ducks and fires off some rights, which leads to an atomic drop and a clothesline from Grace and stuff before the fireman's driver happens as well. And I think a sliding lariat connecting as well, which leads to Grace going for a suplex before Rosemary blocks it, so Grace lifts her to the turnbuckle instead as they head up top. Rosemary goes with the sunset flip, but Grace just holds on, only for Rosemary to bite the back of the leg. You could say, and all that is an electric chair attempt from Grace happens as well, but Rosemary falls back over the top rope, locking in legal submission until she has to relinquish the hold right there and all that. I mean, I was wondering, what exactly makes it an illegal submission? How is it illegal and stuff right here and all that, But other than that, you get Rosemary working over the shoulder and sending Jordan into the apron and stuff right there, wrapping the arm around the bottom rope and taking advantage of the S count and stuff as they head to the outside, where Rosemary rebounds off the steel steps with the right hand, and all that right there. I mean, don't get me wrong, this was a pretty good women's match right here and all that stuff. I mean, I'm really glad most likely they're going to work things out with, Tessa Blanchard, Tessa Blanchard, not Tessa Blanchard. I'm telling you all that. I have no idea why I get names wrong every now and then. I mean, because it's at first I mispronounced Chris Benoit's name as Chris Benoit. I got that wrong too at an earlier point, you could say, and all that. But anyway, yeah, we got Rosemary coming back with the spear and stuff as Grace absorbs it, with another back fist from Grace happening as well, which leads to a 2 count as they head to the ramp, and Grace gets Rosemary on her shoulders, but Rosemary just counters with a sleeper. Grace just rises to her feet and rears back to drop Rosemary on the ramp before Rosemary goes with a spear through this one. And it appears that we have 2 viewers watching me. I really appreciate it, because I don't often have 2 viewers. Oh, and there goes another one viewer. One of the viewers left, as quickly as that, but that's okay. I'm still going to go through the results anyway, stuff and all that right there. So anyway, we got Rosemary going with the spear through the ropes back into the ring with a 1-2 count as above, so below, you could say, as counter with the back body drop before Jordan sets up for the muscle buster. Yeah, that's what she did right there. As she connects, however, with the referee getting attacked and stuff, and the match is thrown out, you could say, and all that right there. I mean, it felt like, Jordan Grace won and stuff right there. If only my freaking console could cooperate with me and stuff right there. But anyway, winner by DQ, disqualification, you could say, was Jordan Grace right there and all that. I mean, right there, man. And I do not have to see a pop up that says the page is not responding, man. I don't get that, man. Because I mean, it'll be a real shame if freaking PS5s do that. But anyway, Jordan Grace managed to win this match, and you get Tessa Blanchard attacking Jordan Grace with someone going with the balaclava mask who has took out of the ref, who took out the referee and stuff. Right there is the same mystery attacker that focuses on taking out Grace on the floor. Who of course reveals herself as Tessa Blanchard and stuff as she drills her with a series of right hands and stuff with the mask assailant hitting a big DDT and then taking off her coat and balaclava. You could say, with it being none other than Tessa Blanchard right there and stuff right there and all that. And for some reason, the crowd seems to be pretty disappointed right there. I mean, they're pretty well aware of how she was in the past and stuff right there and all that. I mean, considering that they were heckling her and stuff, and that they sound pretty disappointed. Because I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, we don't want her to mess things up. We really don't. I'm telling you. I mean, we really don't. I could understand how the crowd is reacting. I mean, I could, and all that right there and all that. And I swear, if my freaking console acts stupid again, I might as well replace it with the PS5. But anyway, that just makes me wish I could use a tablet, But other than that, we have, Gia Miller catching up with Tessa Blanchard backstage and stuff as Tessa says that she had to remind people who built the company and stuff for here. I mean, I wouldn't say that Tessa Blanchard built the company and not build it, you could say. As, she was also there to take back what was hers and stuff as she shoves Gia in the face and stuff right there. But other than that, we have the fatal four-way number one contender match with Joe Hendry versus Josh Alexander, who are also fighting Mike Santana and Steve Macklin right here and all that stuff, where everyone makes a play at Alexander and it's Santana who takes him off guard right there, running chop in the corner before Alexander sets some, sending him to the outside, but just Macklin just comes in as place and stuff before Hendry just tries to take on Alexander, with connecting clotheslines, you could say, before we also get pop-up powerbomb on from Hendry with Santana and Macklin sending Alexander into Hendry, where Santana just tees off on Hendry, you could say, Macklin and stuff, where we also get Enziguri in the corner and stuff right there as Hendry goes with the cutter and the stalling suplex on Macklin and stuff as Alexander grabs his legs and pulls him to the outside before Santana takes off Macklin's head with the big boot from off camera, which looked and sounded awesome, you could say. Which before we have Alexander again playing spoiler before pulling Santana to the outside and then delivering multiple Germans to Macklin and stuff with 9 Germans and stuff, you could say, before Macklin goes with clubbing blows in the corner to avoid a 10th, which then sets Alexander up into the tree of woe and stuff right there before missing the strike, you could say, rolling to the floor and getting clotheslined by Hendry before Dragon Screw happens as well as Hendry is getting back in the ring, you could say, and Alexander just continues to take out the leg, kicking out the hamstring as he boosts Macklin and Santana away, keeping them out of the ring before Hendry just avoids a dive, but Alexander stays in control. Just all that stuff right there. I mean, plenty of good results, you could say, from this match. That's the thing right there, as Alexander tosses him to the floor, though Santana backs up and gets into it with Alexander. So, this match I like too right here and all that. And, of course, Joe Hendry managed to win this one. Right here and stuff right here. I mean, Jesus, The thing about Joe Hendry, I find him really consistent. That's the thing right there and all that. Joe Hendry, he's a pretty consistent wrestler right there and real promising. He has that positivity going on right there. No BS. That's the thing. So, the winner and new number one contender, Joe Hendry, right there and stuff and all that. Because how that went throughout the match was spinning lariat missing as well, with Alexander clipping him on the buckles, you could say, and heading up with them and stuff before Santana puts the brakes on and goes with headbutts before Alexander bites him. But there come Hendry and Macklin to pull Alexander away before Santana dives. For an assisted, blockbuster street sweeper on Alexander before Hendry and Santana duke it out before Hendry comes out of the corner like a house of fire and stuff. And not only that, we also get the fall-away slam connecting as well, you could say, and stuff, before we also have the street sweeper on Alexander, where we have a Hendry and Santana duking it out with Hendry, coming out of the corner like a house of fire, like I said right there, with fall-away slam connecting and stuff right there before Macklin nails the Psycho knee? Yeah, that's what he did for a 2 count, but that's where it was broken up by Santana, you could say, and all that. Right there as Hendry comes out of the corner right there and all that. And not only that, you got a snap DVD to Macklin getting a 2 count right there and all that. Yeah, that's what they did, man. Lots of good back and forth right there. Lots of good. I mean, I like how there's like different like four-way matches, like different like four wrestlers just fighting each other off right there and all that. Really interesting in my opinion, man. I just love when they do that and stuff right there and all that. Because I mean, that's the thing about TNA. They seem to have like focused real good on their matches, man. I like how they handle their matches and their booking and stuff and all that stuff. And like I said, they seem to be working things out with Tessa Blanchard stuff. As we get Hendry and Alexander on the buckles now before Alexander just headbutts him down and stuff before Hendry gets back up though before a fallaway slam from the middle rope as Santana and Macklin dive as well. Which leads to Alexander breaking up the cover with an ankle lock though before it goes all breaking down. You could say where they spill to the outside and Hendry just slingshots the ropes with the stage dive to take out all three guys. Which leads to double clotheslines from Hendry and Macklin as well. Is on the outside, you get Alexander having a zip tie. You could say, and he tries tying Santana to the railing and stuff, except that he can't get the zip tie to cooperate right there and stuff. Yeah, kind of like how I can't have this console cooperate with me sometime. Yeah, just like what happened in this match right here. That zip tie wouldn't work. And this console wouldn't want to work sometimes either and stuff right here. I mean, I wish I could get a tablet, to be honest, like I said earlier. But anyway, how to put this off? We get Alexander going with a torture rack bomb to Santana, which leads to 1-2 and stuff before we get Hendry and Alexander going on the buckles now with Alexander headbutting him down before Hendry gets back up though, which leads to a fallaway slam from the middle rope before Santana and Macklin dive as well before Alexander breaks up the cover with an ankle lock though. As you can say, it's all breaking down and stuff, and they spill to the outside with Hendry slingshotting the ropes with the stage dive to take out the three guys before double clothesline from Hendry and Macklin happen as well, where we go on the outside with Alexander having a zip tie, and he just ties Santana to the railing, like I said earlier. But anyway, you get Alexander going with a low blow to Macklin while the referee is distracted with this, with the standing ovation stuff right there, leading to a 3 count stuff right there and all that. So, yep, that's where you have Joe Hendry going to the TNA Genesis in 2024 to challenge for the world title because, he's the number 1 contender at that point, you could say, and all that. I mean, I think I wish I could have been more prepared with this show, but I don't know. Things feel a little bit rough in my head while I'm going through, how the show is and stuff. I mean, I wish I could have seen more of it and like go more with the details and stuff. But I don't know, because like in my head, like I'm rushing a little bit. I just want to get this over with real quickly because I honestly. I just didn't feel that prepared, just didn't feel the most prepared for this, for talking about this show, but it's good to still go over it anyway. You just got to fight the stuff. You just got to fight things off, when you're going through live streams. You just got to fight things off, and all that. But other than that, you get double clotheslines from Hendry Macklin as well and stuff right here. But other than that, yep, just like I said, Joe Hendry going to TNA Genesis 2024 to challenge for the world title and stuff right here with the new contender, Joe Hendry, and stuff right there. As we also have a backstage promo, with Nick Nemeth and stuff, with Nick Nemeth being happy that Final Resolution is finally there and stuff, with Francis thinking it's particularly already his championship, and now Hendry is officially the number 1 contender, and people are already thinking it'll be Francis versus Hendry. It could have been, to be honest. I think it could have been stuff right there. But other than that, you have Nemeth saying that he's the man there, and he'll always be, as he proves how good he is every single night and stay right there and all that, because that's his claim right there. As it's supposed to stay that way in his perspective, is that he also says that he's the best TNA World Champion, apparently. Which leads to the TNA Knockouts Champion Falls Count Anywhere, you could say, with Masha Slamovich and Tasha Steelz and stuff right here and all that. This match, decent, very decent. I mean, I just like how, Masha Slamovich was just going crazy in this one right here. That was kind of funny. But anyway, you got Jay Cheung, being about to give us the super special ring introductions, you could say. But there also came, Santino Marella, as he says that Alicia Edwards didn't respect authority at Turning Point, and that's just unacceptable right there, from his perspective. So she's not just banned from ringside, but she's also banned from the building and stuff right there. I mean, just like I didn't really see that part. I mean, like, dude, was it like really that bad? I mean, I was like wondering, because yeah, she got banned from the building with Santina ordering security down to ringside to make sure no one else interferes and stuff right there. I mean, I noticed that Edwards has a habit of interfering, just like that time Joe Hendry just picked her up and took her backstage and stuff right there. I mean, she really needs to change her pattern, in my opinion, man, because that's the thing. Is we also get a repeated snapmare takeover from Slamovich, giving the early advantage to the champion. You could say as Steels walks around the ringside, so Slamovich just dives with the tornado and stuff, taking out Steels and some of the ringside security cover, ringside security, and that's the thing, leading to a cover, which leads to a 2 count as well and stuff before Slamovich gestures to suplex Steels into the steps right here, but Steels counters and suplexes Masha into the ring and stuff, just suplexing right onto them. I mean, to be honest, I wish I could have been just more prepared. I mean, honestly, I don't know. It's like for some reason I just didn't feel prepared to go over this show, man. But it's good to go over this anyway. You just got to fight the things. You just got to fight it off, just fight things off like this damn console right here and stuff and all that. But another way, you get Steels applying a chin lock with Masha working out of it and stuff, and Boots Steels to the floor, you could say, before Slamovich goes on the apron with the running PK attempt. But that's where Steels just sweeps a leg, leading to a draping DDT, you could say, with the 1-2 right there and all that. But that's where those securities are still laid out from the tornado. You can say, sort of amazing. I mean, some people say it's amazing. I mean, yeah, and not to forget the freaking boos and heckles that the crowd was doing towards Tessa Blanchard, because how she was in the past. But anyway, we don't need to talk about that. So anyway, how to put this off. We get a superplex from Slamovich as they work back inside the ring as they trade blows on their feet and stuff, a rising knee in the corner with a spinning wheel kick from Masha and stuff with the 1-2 right there. But, Masha just looks for the package power driver, but, Tasha just rakes the eyes and stuff and all that. You could say we're switch leads to a draping DDT attempt on the ramp this time before Slamovich drives her back first into the post and stuff with Slamovich just thinking about the package power driver on the apron and stuff, just thinking about that right there before Tasha just counters though and goes cutter on the ramp by Steels, because that's what we had, the cutter on the ramp by Steels happening as well, which leads to another 2 count stuff before Tasha just drags Slamovich further up the ramp, hitting the Stratus Esque Bulldog off the entranceway onto the ramp with the 1-2 right there and stuff and all that. But that's where Tasha bounces Slavovich's head off the floor and stuff. But Masha, rallies back and goes headbutt from Steels before Slamovich catches her with the rising knee and delivers the Requiem pile driver for the 1-2-3 on this ramp. So that's where you have her right there. Masha Slamovich managed to retain the TNA Knockouts Championship right there, you could say, and all that. So to top it off, we also had the Hardys versus the System right here and all that. I thought this one was pretty good right there and all that. I mean, it could have been them taking off their jacket, but I don't know. So the TNA Tag Team Championships, the tables match right here, this one was pretty decent too, in my opinion. Where we also have Matt and Myers pairing off, as do Jeff and Eddie. Until the Hardys team up for some poetry and motion on Eddie Edwards before a plot twist to Eddie happens as well, you could say. Well, then, one to Myers as well, as the Hardys have cleaned house, and now they just get into, the doodly spat right there, into a doodly spat, bickering over who will get over the tables as they decide to both go and share responsibility. Decent teamwork, really. Decent teamwork. I like that part right there. And this match I like too and all that. But I think the one with the Sami Callihan and PCO, that had to be my most favorite one of all and stuff. That had to be. So anyway, how do I say this? You get Eddie getting Matt laid out on the table before, Matt manages to struggle and slide off of it as Matt has Myers on the top rope before a table position below with Matt going with the superplex, but Edwards just moves the table to save the match for his team. His Boston knee party to Matt happens as well, with the spear by Myers following up as the System set Matt up and drive him through the table with the crucifix slam, meaning that they just have to send Jeff through the table now in order to win right there, which leads to Jeff getting driven back first into the apron, allowing the System time to rearrange his furniture at ringside, just placing 2 tables together and stuff as Myers and Edwards work over Jeff in the ring with Matt still down at ringside, selling the effects on the table and stuff. You could say, where we have the System bring, Jeff to the outside, looking to send him through the tables off the ramp. But that's where Matt makes the save and stuff right there, leading to a twist of fate on the ramp from Jeff with Matt Hardy going with the diamond cutter on Brian Myers off the apron through the tables, which leads to a one-on-one situation right there. So the next table spot has to win it right there and stuff and all that. I like how they do different rules, to be honest, man. That's really well done right there. I mean, that's a thing right there, I'm telling you. But other than that, we also had, Jeff and Eddie continuing to tussle things around and stuff right there, around the ringside area with the fans slapping Eddie in the process. So, yeah, Eddie just slaps him back right there. I mean, I didn't know you were allowed to hit your fans or stuff or your crowd part or you're part of the crowd. I mean, okay, because I wouldn't really do that stuff right there. So, yeah, because the fan slaps Eddie and just Eddie slaps him back and the fan gets ejected right there. Right there. I mean, why were they slapping each other in the first place? That's seriously, yeah, that's the thing. Why would a fans even attempt to lay hands on these guys, the wrestlers and stuff right there and all that? So anyway, you get Jeff hitting the wishbone leg, dropping a senton, followed by the whisper and the wind as Matt and Myers are back up with Matt being sent into the ring post before a low blow by Brian Myers as well. Which leads to Jeff signaling for the twist of fate again, but Myers, makes the save for Eddie and stuff before Myers just drags, Jeff out into the crowd and holds him back with the Eddie laying in the blows and stuff as they head to the mezzanine level and bringing a table out and stuff with the shades of the Royal Rumble 2000 right there and stuff, you could say, before the system lay out Jeff on the table and gesture up to the railing above the aisle. But here comes Matt with the chair and stuff before Matt takes both guys out with the legs with the legs of the table. Jeff was gone, giving out, but the match just continues as Jeff wasn't just driven. He wasn't exactly driven through the table and stuff, because you have the Hardys tossing the dodgy table away and stuff as they grab another before the Eddie is just placed on the table as Jeff climbs and stuff. Jeff Hardy going in position. Oh man, I'm telling you, I wish I could have seen more of this. I really wish I did. I'm telling you, man. I wish I really could have seen way more of this. I'm telling you, because man, I don't get why TNA just can't show us more full matches. I mean, that's what I want and stuff right here and all that. So other than that, they head up to the mezzanine level and bring a table out as the shades of the Royal Rumble 2000 happen, like I said. But anyway, you have Hardy tossing the dodgy table away and stuff, which leads to a swanton bomb off the mezzanine and stuff through the table. Where Eddie is driven through the table, allowing the Hardys to retain and stuff and all that. So, yep, that's where you have it right there. The Hardys winning that match right there and stuff right there, retaining as the TNA World Tag Team Champions. So I'm telling you, man, the Hardys are good. They are pretty decent. I'm telling you, really good and stuff and all that. Sorry, I muted myself by accident, but okay. How to put this off? Okay, how to put this off? The World Championship with Nick Nemeth versus AJ Francis right here. I mean, yeah, AJ Francis did good. He actually did good, I'm telling you. But anyway, yeah, Nick Nemeth manages to still win this one. I don't know how, because AJ Francis looked like he had the hands to do it and stuff right here. But no, Nick Nemeth managed to catch him by surprise and all that stuff right here. But anyway, I don't like seeing wrestlers lose too much right there. I mean, I wish they could have their fair share of winning, But no, I don't like it when they lose too much, like what's happening to AJ Francis as of lately and stuff right here and all that. So anyway, how to put this off? You get Nemeth and Francis going toe-to-toe with Francis, saying things, just talking shit, all that, leading to a headbutt by Nemeth as well. And a super kick and a one-count kick out. Yeah, one-count kick out stuff as Nemeth just drives in some elbows and then jumps on Francis's back for a sleeper. But, but shrugs it off as AJ just levels Nemeth with the shoulder block and stuff as Frankie Kazarian appears walking to ringside to get a closer look to the action and stuff right here and all that. As AJ just looks for a Vader bomb, but, just Nemeth just rolls to the floor and stuff right there. Before we also have Nemeth just charging at Francis, getting caught and dumped on the apron and stuff before Kazarian has joined commentary now as Casey Navarro lays in some shots to Nemeth while the referee is distracted. And now, Francis signals for a choke slam before Nemeth avoids it and stuff, trying for a body slam, but, Francis just falls on top of him, which leads to Francis, just going for another Vader bomb, you could say. Getting cheeky Nando'd and planted with the power bomb, which leads to a 2-count stuff. And not only that, they also did an elbow drop trained by Nemeth and stuff. Because, yeah, that's what Nemeth did. He managed to do an elbow drop train as he heads up top and stuff, diving into a goozle either a Guzzi or a Guzzo, I'm telling you. As Francis just shoves him back a big boot and stuff with the 1-2 count before AJ just misses a splash in the corner. But, Nemeth doesn't miss his and stuff as a clothesline connects and stuff as AJ once more in the process as we also, get a DDT from the champion as now he gets the big body slam on Francis before the showstopper elbow happens as well, which leads to 1-2 right there and all that. You could say, which we also had like Nemeth, getting on his shoulders and stuff and then slipping out and hitting a super kick anyway as neck breaker by Francis happens as well with the 2 count and stuff before AJ just calls for the down payment choke slam, delivering it, but Nemeth just rolls out to the ramp and stuff, where we have Francis just launching Nemeth back inside the ring with the release DVD and stuff right there. I like how they call it the release DVD. Just, release the DVD and stuff right there and all that right there. And a good little symbol of the good old days. You could say DVDs. I miss when it was about DVDs back then. But anyway, you get a down payment happening to be countered into a Fame-Master and stuff. The Fame-Master, I just like calling it the Fame-Master. There's stuff right there, which leads to a danger zone connecting to 1, 2, 3 and all that and stuff in the process. Is after that match, we get Casey Navarro charging back out to attack Nemeth after the match, where Francis just chokes out Nemeth and just Casey plants a title belt on the mat and stuff before Nemeth is about to get chokeslammed. But here comes Joe Henry to clean house and stuff right there. We have just Henry clotheslining Francis to the floor and tossing Navarro out after him and stuff as Nemeth just grabs the belt just as Henry is picking it up too before both men keep hold of it until Nemeth grabs it forcefully away from him. With Nemeth and Hendry just going face to face with in the preview of the Genesis main event and stuff, as that's how the year ends with the TNA Final Resolution 2024 pay-per-view going off the air and stuff and all that. So yeah, that show went off the air that exact moment with Nick Nemeth winning the match right there and all that. So yeah, which was the main event, you could say, and all that. So I'm telling you. So yeah, that's all that happened with this show right here. And I'm going to tell you, I mean, honestly, I wish I could have, given more commentary. But the thing is, I didn't really feel that prepared, to be honest. I didn't feel the most prepared at this moment and stuff. I mean, I really wish I could do better, but my brain just wasn't all there. It's just like other things happening at the same time, all that. But other than that, yep, you have it right here. Nick Nemeth. The TNA World Champion Nick Nemeth retaining his stuff, you could say right there and all that. I'm telling you, this show I got to give a 9 out of 10 right here and stuff and all that. Real fantastic, man. No BS or anything. Just like I said multiple times earlier in the video. But other than that, yep. So that's all the stuff that happened, and I'm gonna have to end the video right here and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys rock out and be there, guys, for the Genesis, the next live stream and stuff and all that. So yep, I hope you guys rock out and be there and stuff. So yep, so this is all I have to give to you people and stuff here, all this stuff, because I've already gotten over everything that happened in the show, the main event and all this stuff and the start of the show right there and all that, the tag teams and stuff. Real fantastic, man. Really just really good and stuff. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10 and stuff and all that, because honestly, I mean, just like I said, man, I didn't really feel the most prepared. I mean, I wish I could have been more prepared to handle, and go over the things that happened in this show. But I don't know, just my head wasn't really there and stuff right there. I mean, that's why I wish I could have given more commentary, you could say, and all that, instead of just going through, results about this and that, just, more commentary and stuff right there and all that. I mean, I hope, man, I really want to get better at this, and all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, this is all I have to give to you people about, TNA's Final Resolution and stuff and all that. So yep, I'm gonna have to end the video right here, right now and stuff. So yeah, remember to rock out and be there, guys. Rock out and be there for the next, live stream. So yep.